My brother-in-law's grandfather, Mr. Song Gong, whose name was Song Tao, was a local licentiate. One day, while he was ill in bed, he saw an official carrying documents, leading a white-headed horse, and said, "Please go take the exam." You said, "The emperor has not yet ascended the throne. Why are you so eager to hold the examination?" The official said nothing, but only urged him. He forced himself to ride on despite his illness. The journey was very unfamiliar, and he arrived at a walled city, which seemed like the capital of a king. After a while, they entered the official residence, where the buildings were very magnificent. Seated above were more than 10 officials, none of whom were recognized except Guan Zhuangmu, who could identify them. Under the eaves, 2 small tables and 2 stools were placed. A scholar had already taken a seat at the end position, so the official sat beside him. On each table were brushes and documents. Soon after, a piece of paper floated down from above, bearing 8 characters: 1 person, 2 persons, with or without intention. After the 2 officials wrote their articles, they were submitted to the imperial court. The articles contained the words, "If one has the intention to do good, even if he does good deeds, there is no need for reward. If one has no intention to do evil, even if he does bad things, there should be no punishment." The various deities praised and admired it. Yao Gong stepped forward and said to him, "Hainan lacks a city god. You are very qualified for the position." At this, he finally understood, knelt down, weeping, and said, "Receiving such an honor and appointment, how could I dare to say more? My mother is already 70 years old, and no one is there to support her. Please allow me to take care of her until the end of her life. I only ask to be assigned and used as instructed." The portrait of the previous emperor immediately prompted an inquiry into his mother's lifespan. A government official with a long beard glanced through the document and said, "He still has 9 more years of life." While he was hesitating, Guan Taidi said, "Let Zhang Sheng take over for these 9 years. He can hand it over and replace him later." Then he said to him, "You should immediately take up your post. Now, considering your kind and filial heart, I grant you a 9-year leave of absence. When the term is over, I will recall you again." He then said a few words to encourage the scholar. After the 2 officials paid their respects, they both withdrew together. The scholar shook hands and bade him farewell, escorting him to the city outskirts, and said himself that he was Zhang from Changshan. Sending off with poetry, I have forgotten the content of the poem, but one line was, "With flowers and wine, spring is ever present. Without candles and lights, the night shines on its own." After mounting the horse, he bade farewell and left. When he arrived home, it was like waking up from a dream. At that time, he had already been dead for 3 days. His mother heard groaning sounds coming from the coffin and helped him out. He was unable to speak for a while. Asked about Changshan. Indeed, there was a Master Zheng who died on that day. 9 years later, his mother indeed passed away. After being buried, she washed up and entered the room, then died. His father-in-law lived in the western part of the city. Suddenly, he saw him wearing splendid clothes and accompanied by many carriages and horses. He came to the front of his house, paid a respectful bow, and then left. His family was surprised and puzzled, not knowing he was a spirit. They hurriedly went to the village to inquire and found out that he had already died. He had a brief autobiography of his own, but it was lost after the war. This is a general account of its content.